Our last commandment for this week, commandment number 5 for this Friday, is found in Deuteronomy 5, verse 17. It says, "You shall not murder." And this is another one that I think people kind of just like check the box. I haven't killed anybody, we're doing good. But Jesus goes further, as he does frequently. And he says, you should seek to build up your neighbor. You should go beyond this. You should seek what is good for your neighbor. You should build them up. And there's also character assassination, right? That's something we talk about. I actually think there's a legal categorization for that. Whether it's slander or libel, I do not remember. Doesn't really matter here. But you can murder someone with their words, with your words. Someone can murder themselves with their words, but that's a whole separate discussion. You can murder someone with your words, and I think that can take two forms. Like, one of them is you can be brutally mean to someone and make them feel terrible about themselves, and I would say you're killing them with words. But the other way is you can talk to other people and tear this person down in the eyes of other people by the way that you talk about them. So what we're called to do here is to build our neighbor up whenever we can. And part of that is also put the best construction on things. And we have this terrible tendency, I think, to assume the worst of people. And that's not what we're called to do. We're called to assume the best. So if you don't know someone's motives, assume they were good. Assume they were trying to do kind things. All over the news, you'll see people attributing the worst possible motive to politicians, to leaders, to companies. And it's like, some of them, yeah, they might have terrible motives, but what we're called to do is put the best possible construction on it. So when I see... an example I'm going to take is when I see someone trying to put in mandates for, like, say, vaccines or masks. There are people who say, oh, they're trying to restrict my freedoms. They're trying, like, there's some grand conspiracy afoot. They're trying to put microchips in my blood. Like, whatever their argument is. And however you feel about vaccines, we're called to say, I disagree with how they're going about it, but I do believe they are truly trying to do what's best for the people they're trying to take care of. Or with medical companies, they're just trying to make money. Maybe that could be true, but unless we know that for sure, we're called to put the best construction and say, no, they're genuinely trying to help people. With schools, we put the worst, this teacher's just trying to get a paycheck and go home. Put the best construction. They really care about a kid. And they're really trying their best to help kids. With other people, oh, that person's trying to manipulate me. That person's trying to manipulate this church or this organization to do what they want. No, we're called to put the best construction and say that person's trying to build up their neighbor. That person's genuinely trying to do what they think is best. So in all these situations, it's really easy for us to ascribe the worst possible motives to people. And we shouldn't. We should assume the best, because we're called to build up our neighbor. So that's what I have for us today. Blessings on your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Brothers and sisters, go in peace, serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.